In today's Do Something With Your Marketing, I want to encourage you to use the new Google Analytics Lifetime Value Report to understand the value of your audience comprehensively. One of the things that we tend to do as marketers is we tend to focus very much on just the buyer's journey instead of the complete customer journey. So what do I mean by this? If we look at here in your standard buyer's journey, you go from awareness to consideration to evaluation to purchase. And that's where most marketers stop. We focus on this section here. We focus on how do we get more eyeballs on our stuff. We focus on how do we get people to put us on vendor lists or bookmark us or subscribe to our email newsletters and so on and so forth. Follow us on social media, engage, like our comments, and then eventually to truly evaluate us and our products and services for purchase, whether it's B2B, whether it's B2C, whether it's a pack of chewing gum at the end of the supermarket aisle, or whether it's a private jet. This is what we tend to focus on. And so many of the reports that we look at in Google Analytics, for example, we look at reports to see how are we doing with that buyer's journey. So this is a very popular one, the assisted conversions report. How are we doing it? The assisting of conversions, meaning we focus on this first couple parts of the customer journey, and then the last touch or the last click parts of the customer journey here, evaluation and purchase. That's fine. We have a responsibility to generate business, to grow audiences, to grow reach and eyeballs, but we are neglecting the other half of the journey. If we go back, once somebody makes a purchase, marketing has a tendency to be like, job done, it's your problem. Customer service, it's your problem now. But when you think about the customer journey, the customer owns something, the customer may be loyal to us, and if they are, they may come back and buy stuff from us again or tell their friends to go buy stuff from us. We don't do a great job of measuring this section, and we certainly don't do a good job of managing to it as marketers. So the lifetime value in Google Analytics gives us some insight into how we're doing that, how we're doing with that. So let's go ahead and get into the report. It's in acquisition. It's in audience. It's in lifetime value. Lifetime value reports all begin on March 1st, 2017. That's when the feature was first turned on. And so you can't go back any further than that. The report is typically a 90-day look back at the first 90 days after the acquisition of any user. So from March 1 onward, what did the person do in the first 90 days? How much value did you get out of the person in those first 90 days? Now, if your sales cycle is forever, then this report is probably not going to be as helpful. Two other considerations. Number one, you need to have goals and goal values set up, and or optionally, you need to have e-commerce set up as well if you have an e-commerce business, if you use e-commerce. If you don't, you're going to focus on goals and goal values. Now, let's take a look at what this report tells me. Since March 1, really through mid-July here, what is the lifetime value of my audience? I'm going to sort here revenue per user. Email, 5 cents a user. So that's actually kind of good to know. Yeah, I run a mailing list. My mailing list has tens of thousands of people. Each person's worth about 5 cents. So if I go, you can't do this anymore. But in the old days, if I had gone to go buy a list, I know I shouldn't be paying more than 5 cents an email. You can't do that anymore. It's a violation of GDPR. Don't do it. But these are the other channels: direct, referral, social. Look how little value I'm getting out of social media users in the big picture, in the overall customer experience. And then these other channels here, organic search. It's not surprising that the lifetime value is 0 here, because organic search is really terrific at attracting new people to my website. But maybe they don't stick around. Maybe they're not all that loyal. Right? And also, there's an awful lot of them. So it's 71% of my traffic. If I'm not doing a good job with search engine optimization and I'm not attracting the right customers, not the right audience, but the right customers, then this number is going to be a little on the low side. And so this report really does a good job of telling me what my most valuable channels are from a lifetime perspective. How much am I serving my community in the big picture? And it looks like I'm serving the email community the best, but gosh, wouldn't it be nice if that number was bigger? Now, let's say you don't have e-commerce or goal values set up. What if we just use goals? You can click on here and choose a goal. And instead, let's see, in the first 90 days after acquisition, let's look at goal completions per user. What channels are completing goals? Paid search, high conversion rate, therefore, or high number of goal completions per user. No surprise there. Referral traffic, other, direct, social, email. So in this case, when I'm evaluating this report, it's like, gosh, I am not doing a real good job on this half of the journey. Based on my stats that we saw earlier in the assisted conversions report, I'm doing an okay job getting people, but not retaining them. Now, if I am just a marketer inside of a massive organization, I'm going to be like, well, sales and customer service are kind of hosing it. But if I'm running a business, or if I have P&L responsibility within a business, this report's really important. This report's really important to know how I'm doing at getting valuable customers. Not great leads, not transactional buyers, but how good am I at getting great customers who bring repeated value to us? This also speaks to a lot of the other marketing initiatives that you go through. When you talk about what you're doing in your marketing, if this report has super low numbers, then are you getting the right audience to begin with? Because if they're not turning into super high value people over time, you may have the wrong audience. You may not be working with the right people, or your goal completions take so long that there's no goal that you're measuring right now that indicates that you're making progress. So even if your sales cycle is, say, forever, right, and you have a 5-year sales cycle, is there a goal between the first time somebody hears from you and a meaningful interaction that you can measure within 90 days? I would argue yes, particularly like on B2B. Someone should fill out a form to contact you, or someone should subscribe to your newsletter. Those are things that are very tangible goals that are fairly short term that you can measure within that 90-day window, even if your sales cycle is forever. So for this week's Do Something With Your Marketing, do something with the lifetime value report. Use it to evaluate the kind and the quality of audience you're getting from all these different channels. And if the numbers don't look good, if the numbers are like, ooh, I don't know if I want to show this to my boss, then start thinking about, instead of just focusing on the buyer's journey, focusing on the entirety of the customer journey. As always, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and to the newsletter, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. If you want help with your company's data and analytics, visit BrainTrustInsights.com today and let us know how we can help you.